Zermatt, Switzerland, one of the coolest places you could visit in Europe and somewhere we've always wanted to see for ourselves. But we'd also heard the same thing over and over. It's way too expensive.
$5 for tap water, $280 to go and do that hike tomorrow.
So we decided to find out. In this video, we're taking you inside Europe's most expensive mountain town to see what it's really like, what things actually cost, and at the end, we'll break down every expense to see if it's possible for budget travelers like us to experience it.
So right over there is the border between France and Switzerland, which means that it is officially the start of our 9-day Switzerland road trip. We are so excited. We've wanted to come to Switzerland for such a long time. We've just heard that it's so expensive and we are budget travelers, so we haven't made it here yet, but now we finally have the chance to do it. Right now we're making the drive from Annecy, France, where we spent yesterday, and it's an amazing little town. We're making the drive to Zermatt, Switzerland. We have about an hour and a half left, and the drive has already been absolutely beautiful as we passed through Chamonix. I think that's how it's pronounced, I don't know. It was so beautiful. The mountains are just on such a different level here, and I am just so hyped to go and see the Matterhorn. And I know that this sounds pretty cliche, but I have wanted to see the Matterhorn ever since I was a little kid, and I rode the ride at Disneyland. I think just riding that ride introduced me to the name Matterhorn, which is super cool. Then ever since then, I've just seen photos and videos, and it just looks like the most majestic and dramatic mountain in the world. So I've kind of always dreamed about seeing the Matterhorn for myself, and I think we're about to do that in about an hour and 40 minutes. This drive is kind of difficult because of just how beautiful it is here. I feel guilty not stopping at every single pull-off. Okay, so we just finished the drive and we made it to our hotel. We're staying in a town called Tasch. It's T-A-S-C-H. It's the closest town to Zermatt. Everything inside of Zermatt was completely booked out when we looked because we booked this trip not very far in advance. Everything was booked out or crazy expensive. So we found this place, which is a lot more affordable, and then you're supposed to be able to just take a train right into Zermatt. And it's not supposed to take very long. So we'll see if that was the right move or if we're gonna regret not spending the extra money to stay in Zermatt itself.
Not too bad.
Oh yeah. So we don't have a fridge, we don't have a microwave, we basically have no supplies for making food, and we have just heard that the food in this area is incredibly expensive. So we went to the grocery store, went to a French grocery store that was pretty small, and we did our best to get some food that could keep us full a little bit so we don't have to eat as much here. So
pretty much can only find snacks.
yeah, it's not very impressive and it's not very healthy, but here's what we got. Cereal to just eat plain. We got these. We got 2 barbecue chips. We don't even like barbecue chips.
Yeah.
We got a baguette from France, some vanilla things,
Tortillas.
some tortillas with peanut butter and jelly, and the plan is to combine the 3. And then we've got a bunch of protein bars from home.
I also got some cashews.
Oh, cashews too, yeah. So that is how we plan to eat on this trip. No, we're still gonna eat out, of course, but we're hoping that can minimize that. Maybe that can take care of 1 meal a day, or at least those times between meals when we're hungry. Now that is lunch. Look at that thing. Wow, I am so excited to see the Matterhorn tomorrow. We're gonna start our time in Zermatt and the hiking and everything as early in the morning as possible. And tonight we're just staying here in Tasch, and we're trying to find out if they have anything to eat here. To reach any of the hikes here, you have to take a gondola because they're just not really reachable by foot. And these gondolas are so expensive. They're some I've seen are 50, but then the one we really wanted to do tomorrow, it's like $140 for one of us.
Yes.
So it would cost us $280 to go and do that hike tomorrow, which is insane. Okay, so we just finished up dinner. It was really good. What's crazy here is they charged $5 for tap water. That's just
They're
tap.
just grabbing that out of their kitchen sink.
It wasn't like one of those glass bottled waters. It wasn't sparkling water. It was just full on tap water from the sink. $5. So yeah, that's a tragedy for budget travelers. But anyways, we're gonna go get to bed. And I am so stinking excited for tomorrow. It's gonna be so much fun. We're gonna do the best hike ever and see some amazing things. And I'm finally gonna see the Matterhorn. So we'll see you in the morning.
Like a whole...
So we were out bright and early with the goal of being one of the first people on the 5 Lakes Trail.
So mine just looks like this, but then it shows this, so they'll just scan it.
So we both just bought the Swiss Half Fare Pass.
The Swiss Half Fare Pass is a 1-month ticket that gives you 50% off on almost all trains, buses, boats, and gondolas in Switzerland. It costs about 150 USD for each of us, but we're hoping it will be worth it with how many hikes we're planning to do this week. Here's some math that we're about 25% sure is correct.
That means that we'll be able to do $900 worth of things here for $600.
You just have to spend the amount that you paid on the pass in order for it to break even. So we only have to spend 240 francs for us to break even and for the pass to be worth it. And then everything past there is like a discounted ticket. So I believe that on this train ride, we're about to get our first glimpse of the Matterhorn, which is why we're here. This is so cool. We could probably get it any second.
Our first glimpse of the Matterhorn didn't come on this train ride.
We're about to see the Matterhorn for the first time.
Did we come to the wrong place?
I can't find it. I swear we're in the right town. It's still not there. Where is it?
Man, I wanted to see the Matterhorn, but I just could not see it.
The city of Zermatt is actually a car-free city. You can't drive a car up in here. But once you get here, there are electric, kind of like golf cart style taxis that you can take if you don't want to walk all the way across town. And so you do still have to be aware of where you are while you're walking on the street.
This is us realizing that the Matterhorn has been behind us this entire time.
Freaking Matterhorn, look at this. Guys, I had no idea that was there. Yeah, that view slaps you in the face. That is the most recognizable mountain in the world. We're trying really hard to make it to the 8:30 first gondola of the day. And right now it's about, actually we gotta go this way. How do we get there? What the heck? This is so difficult, we're in a time rush. And we just can't figure anything out.
As you know, we're staying in a hotel, doesn't have a fridge, it doesn't have a microwave, and we didn't want to pay the 30 bucks for breakfast. And so we just went to a co-op and we got some protein shakes and a pan à chocolat. 2 of them because we left those. And then we also have like some snacks in our bag and stuff. Already our little half day pass is coming in handy. That was supposed to be 90 bucks. Instead it was 45.
Good job.
Then we got on another gondola. Now we finally have enough time to sit here and actually take in the view of the Matterhorn, and it is just as epic as I ever hoped it would be.
Look at that view. Okay, we have just about made it to the first lake, and it looks like there's only about 6 or 7 other people down there, so we're the 8th and 9th people here for the day. This lake is supposed to have a really nice reflection of the Matterhorn, and luckily it's not covered by clouds right now, so we can actually see it. So the main goal this morning was to get to this lake early,
Now that we're here, we can spend as much time as we want. The rest of the lakes might get crowded later in the day, but we mainly wanted to get to this one. So we might hang out here for a while and just take it slow.
Shout out to La Roche-Posay for sending us this sunscreen. I really like it, A+.
It is very warm.
I think we peaked in mine.
This is as it gets. So when we first got here, there was only like 7 people, but now it's been about 15 minutes and there's already
Like 50?
like 50. Yeah, there's a ton now. But this is an amazing spot. That's where the Matterhorn is supposed to be. Right there. Kinda doesn't look like it's coming back.
It's gonna rain. That was really good timing. If we would have came here an hour later, we would have gone, basically.
All of a sudden, the wind started blowing like crazy, and it looked like we were about to be hit with a huge storm. This is a huge reminder of how fast the weather can change up in the mountains. It went from hot and sunny to this in the span of about 5 minutes. Lucky for us, we were really close to this mountain hut to go and wait out the storm. As the rain started to pour like crazy, we headed inside. We ordered the cheapest thing on the menu so they'd let us sit inside and wait out the storm. Thank you.
I could use some whipped cream for sure.
I'm so glad that this mountain hut was here and available for us to come do this, because if we were like another couple miles in, we'd be just stuck out in this, and it's pouring rain. The forecast said there would be 0 rain, so we didn't even bring our rain jackets. We brought like these kind of jackets. We were not prepared for a storm like this. We're so lucky that this hut was here. And just like that, 20 minutes later, it was bright and sunny again. Okay, so according to the weather app, it looks like there's gonna be good weather for about 1 more hour, and then it's gonna get stormy again. We're hoping that we can make it to the next lake. While we were in the lodge, it was so cozy. That's like the coziest thing in the world. In a storm, you hide out in a mountain lodge, order a hot chocolate cake. The rain was pouring at one point while we were in there. So this is the Matterhorn, of course. This is a really famous mountain for climbers to try to get to the summit. According to what I read last night, there have been 500 people who have died trying to climb that mountain right there.
Do you think we go this way?
It kind of seems like we would. This might be the best view from a bench that I've ever seen
Ever.
in the world.
And we love a good bench.
But I think the lake is just below there, so we're just about to make it to the second lake. Well, it's already hot enough to take off the jackets.
That's insane.
So we went from super hot to freezing cold, and now it's already time to take off our jackets again.
But also, we can't ignore this view right here. Obviously, the Matterhorn is back out in all of her might.
know those are waterfalls?
Right there?
Yeah, you can see it from the drone. So a lot of this trail doesn't really feel like a hike because it's on this like really wide road thing, but it kind of switches back and forth between the two.
Monarch butterflies, you guys see in the water? It's a blue butterfly! It's a blue butterfly! There's blue butterflies! Look! I like them.
At this point, we realized we dropped a lens cover on the ground somewhere, so we backtracked about a mile uphill. Okay, it is officially raining. I believe this is the lake number 3. That's a nice little lake. Not gonna take much time to stop here. Not liking the looks of that. This is lake number 4. It's the craziest blue color I've ever seen in water, but it kind of looks a little man-made. I think we just have this one last climb and then we should get to a place that will be the end of the hike. So we made it to the last lake, which is pretty much the end of the hike. And this lake's cool. It's like a really fun family lake. It's got like this raft thing you can take across the lake, and it's got like a playground, like a little beach. This looks like a really fun spot.
Something that's really cool about Switzerland is that a lot of their big mountains just have really fun things. Like we're going to hopefully zipline this week, do the mountain coaster, ride tons of gondolas.
There's lots to do other than just
hiking,
seeing pretty mountains and hiking. Overall, the 5 Lakes Trail was pretty nice and made our time in Zermatt feel very worth it. There is so much more to do and see in this town, but with the prices of accommodations, this was as long as we wanted to stay. After our experience, we would recommend that you should spend the extra money to stay right in the town of Zermatt rather than staying in Tasch. During the rest of our time here, we ate most of our meals at, I'm not sure if it's Co-op or Coop, but this was a huge resource for the rest of our trip here in Switzerland. They have pretty good meals for $6 to $10. We would get sandwiches and salads, and that made eating much more affordable. So now let's do a full breakdown of everything we spent during these 2.5 days that we were in Zermatt. Our rental car for these 3 days cost $324. The whole 10 days that we had the rental car would have come out to about $1,000, but we paid most of it with credit card points. Our hotel room for 2 nights was $340. Our food came out to $144. Most of that was at the grocery store. We only ate out once, and that's still how much we spent. Gas cost $43. We spent $72 on the trains to get to and from Zermatt. The hike, because we had the Swiss half fare pass, it only cost us $90 to do that with the gondolas. If we wouldn't have had that pass, it would have been $180. So we did buy that Swiss half fare pass, and that was $300. We bought that while we were here in Zermatt, and it really paid off by the end of the trip. I think in the end, we ended up spending at least $600 or $700, and it would have been $900 or $1,000 if we didn't have the Swiss half fare pass. And our total cost for these couple days that we were in Zermatt was $1,313. We did this on a budget. We only did one hike. We ate out one time and stayed outside of town. So it's a pretty expensive place, a very expensive country, but if you ever have the chance, it is worth saving up for because it is such an amazing place, and we really hope to be back in the future. So make sure to go subscribe because the rest of our Switzerland videos will be coming soon, and we have some awesome adventures that happen this week. We love this country so much. So thanks for watching this video, and we'll see you in the next one.